Hello friends, welcome back to VOWIAS. Welcome to the mains test series discussion, and we are discussing mains test 5 of Vision IAS, and this will be the part 2. In the part 1 we have discussed from question number 1 to 5, and now we will be discussing question number 6 to question number 10. So let us start with question number 6, and the question number 6 is about the backward and forward linkages in the food processing industry. Food processing, the topic in itself is very important for us. Every alternate year you will find a question on food processing, because this is something which will be in the news. This is a growing industry, and this is very important for the doubling of farmers' income. So that's why, if you see, just take the last 5-year papers, almost 3 times the question was asked. So that's why this is very important topic. So here, the food processing industry in itself, it contributes a lot for the value addition in agriculture. But if you see, the main problem is that in India, less than 10% of agricultural goods are, overall if you see, less than 10% of agricultural goods are actually processed. And also specifically if you see, India is the second largest producer of fruits and vegetables. But around 2% are only processed. Even we have the largest poultry in the entire world, largest poultry, but still very less amount, less than 1% of the meat is transformed into value addition goods. So that's a major issue. So what are the major reason for this less penetration of the food processing sector is the poor transportation, you can say, or poor linkages, the forward and backward linkages. So forward linkages is the linkage of this food processing industry with the market, and backward linkage is the linkage of the food processing industry with the agriculture. Also, the transportation cost in India is very high. We spend about 14% of the GDP on transportation, which is one of the highest in the world, right? So coming to this specific question, backward linkages is establishment of connectivity of the food processing industry, which is food processing industry with the raw materials, as I just discussed. It is a supply of raw materials like tomatoes to the ketchup manufacturer. This is a simple example. Forward linkages is the food processing industry connecting with the markets through various distribution channels and networks and physical infrastructure like the storage infrastructure, road, rail, etc. This is a forward linkage. Now, what is the significance of this? This has great significance. The first is, it encourages farmers to grow products of appropriate quality, because they are very clear, because the industry wants specific quality. So this will help the farmers to have clear picture about what is the need of the industry, and the farmers will produce according to that need. Next is removal of intermediaries. So there will be no intermediaries between the farmer and the industry. So this is a great thing, because currently if you see, one of the major issue in the MSP and everything is that there are a lot of intermediaries who are the mediators between the farmer and the people, and these intermediaries are getting the maximum benefit. Neither the farmer is getting nor the consumer is getting. Establishment of these cold storage facilities, because one of the major thing with the development of industry is that the infrastructure around that industry will increase. So here also this will happen. The backward linkages ensure timely accessible to raw materials and storage facilities, and because of this the agricultural waste or the food waste will reduce overall. Ensure timely delivery of food products to consumers, maintain high quality of products and better infrastructure, provide a level playing field for all the stakeholders, and enhance competitiveness in the market, improve the hygiene and food standards, because this is one area where India is lacking. So already we have seen various examples, Indian mangoes, the fishery, all these things, they are being scrutinized thoroughly, especially in the European markets and all, because they have very strict regulations with regarding to feed, with regarding to the type of chemicals that are used in the production basically. So all these things have to be carefully monitored, and all these things will ensure, like the establishment of these industries will ensure that farmers produce the goods of sufficient quality or enough quality which we can export easily. But this has a lot of challenges. The challenges are fragmented land holding with the farmers. We all know 86% of the farmers are small and marginal. The high seasonality of raw material production, large number of intermediaries and poor infrastructure facilities, high fragmented and unorganized nature of food processing. Though currently with the mega food park scheme and all, about 13 mega food parks are functioning, but it's still very highly unorganized. Inadequate information with the farmers and small producers, multiplicity of legislations, poor coordination between the state and the center, anomaly in the domestic food laws with international safety, all these things are there. And to address these issues, the government launched the scheme for creation of forward and backward linkages, where it provides the financial assistance. Money will be given for setting up these primary processing centers, the collection centers at the farm, and the modern retail outlets at the front end as well. And the government organized this mega international food summit and the World Food India Hackathon for the design solutions by leveraging technology for various problems of the food processing sector. Right. So this is how we can write a very good answer involving all these points and the data which we just discussed. Now let's move on to the next question, the seventh question, which is on the agriculture marketing. So this agri-marketing in brief is the decision to produce saleable farm commodity and involves all aspects of the market, both functional and institutional, based on technical economic considerations, include pre and post harvest operations, assembling, grading, storing, transportation and distribution. But this looks like a pretty complicated statement, so we can simplify it something like agriculture is a production of or raising of crops, whereas marketing involves a series of activities which involves in moving of the goods from the point of production to the consumer. Something like that in a simple way we can just write. So agriculture marketing essentially involves the buying and selling of the agricultural produce. Okay. So but this agri marketing is very important. It is why it is very important, because so this agri marketing is the first or you can say it is the major thing that helps in ensuring this remunerative price to the farmers. Because without proper marketing, the farmers will not get right price for the crop. Also, this will help in the production also. This will ensure that the production is based on the demand of the market. So this will lead to market-led production. This will help in increasing of market access to the farmers. New markets can be tapped and farmers can increase the profits. This will increase, or this will help in doubling the income of the farmers. Also from the consumer point of view, a good agricultural marketing will help in increasing the choice to the consumers, because this agri marketing overall it also involves this assembling, grading, storage, the transportation and distribution. All of these things are involved. But this agriculture marketing itself has a lot of issues. So if you see the major issues, the first from the institutional point of view. So see, in this way, if you can categorize issues, institutional issues, the issues from infrastructure point of view, okay, so issues from marketing information system point of view. So if you can categorize into these broad categories, this will become easy for you to remember, and also you will be able to you will be easily replicating this in the exam. This will make things easy for you. So just remember this. So from institutional point of view, if you see in the APMCs, the APMC is one major issue, because the licensing, especially the compulsory requirement of owning a shop or godown for getting a license, creates a major issue, and it's an entry barrier for new entrepreneurs. Also, the APMCs are authorized to collect market fee ranging between 0.5 to 2%, which is very high. Also, the market charges like the purchase tax, payment charges, etc. are required to be paid. So overall, the amount paid is about 15% by the farmers. Also, there is lack of standardization grading mechanisms. This is also hindering the profitability of the farmers. Next is the infrastructure issues. So infrastructure, both the storage as well as cold storage infrastructure, the physical storage and cold storage, both are not available. Okay, and also the open auction platforms exist in only 2/3 of regulated markets, while 1/4 have common drying yards. The agricultural or even the transport infrastructure is poor. Transport infrastructure is also poor. Next, the market information system is not available, so there is no efficient and transparent passage of information to the farmers. There are limited information channels and content that are available. Also, along with these, The hoarding is another issue, hoarding by these people. Also, another major issue is the cartelization. We generally see this, all the traders, yeah, just a minute, yeah, all the traders, they will form a single group and they will just purchase at very less price from the farmers. So this cartelization is not helping the farmers. Okay, so all these issues. Now, what are the steps that are taken to address these issues? The first is the Model APMC Act of 2003 to facilitate and amend the existing rules. But this was not implemented in all the states. Only 16 states amended their acts. Direct marketing by the farmers to consumers, example the Apni Mandi of Punjab, Raitu Bazaars in Andhra Pradesh, right, Shetkari Bazaar in Maharashtra. These are the reasons. So in these markets, the farmers can directly come and sell. The AgMarkNet, which is the government, the G2C, the government to consumer e-governance portal, to cater to the needs of various stakeholders like farmer, industry, policymakers. The Gramin agricultural markets, the GRAMs, to develop and upgrade existing 22,000 rural huts, the rural primary markets, into the GRAMs. Physically strengthening the infrastructure, enabling through Manrega and other schemes. Okay, and also the GRAMs will be linked to ENAM and remain outside the APMC Act. And the initiatives like Kisan Rail for the movement of vegetables, fruits and other perishables, this is also a major step, you can say. And the scheme for formulation and promotion of these farmer producer organizations, because if the farmer producer organizations will come in, then the farmers will have higher voice. So this aims to create 10,000 FPOs in 6 years from 2019-20 to 2023-24. So this will ensure that the farmers' voice is heard and farmers can demand for a particular price for the produce. And after writing all these things, one more thing is the way forward. So it's a 10 marker question, that is fine, but if it's asked for 15 marker, way forward has to be there. So for this question, what can be the way forward? So the way forward is that promoting the industry and ensuring that there is an organized industry, ensuring that there is an organized system which is in place for marketing these agricultural produce, and also the investments in the cold infrastructure and other storage infrastructure, helping or bringing in private investments, more private investments. The PPP mode has to be promoted even in agriculture, and also the laws have to be brought in so that farmers can sell their produce directly. Right, all these things we can just write. Okay, now let's move on to the next question, which is on the Swiss challenge model. So Swiss challenge model, if you see, it is a method of public procurement in which an unsolicited proposal is received by a public authority for the project that involves uniqueness of design, tech and IPR, where the government examines the proposal, and if it belongs to a declared policy of priorities, then it may invite the competing counter proposal from third parties. So in simple words, what it means is that let's say there is a proposal by a company for some investment. This proposal is received by the government, it is scrutinized, and if the government feels this is a good one, then to challenge this proposal, they will invite other third parties for counter proposals. So if any other third party, if they bring in better proposals than the current one, then third party will get that project. So that is the thing about this Swiss challenge model. In case of the better proposal, the original proponent is given the opportunity to modify, and the best plan is awarded the contract. In 2009, the Supreme Court approved it for the award of contracts. Example, the Maharashtra and Karnataka adopted their own policy guidelines for this kind of a thing. And the Swiss challenge has various advantages. The first is it promotes competition among the various bidders, it promotes innovation, and also the counter bidding will ensure any realizing an optimum cost. Also, it provides time and cost saving on pre-project activities and feasibility. It becomes easier for the public authorities as project preparation is done professionally, and in turn it reduces the red tapeism. And also these are mostly bidder driven. So it allows bidders to analyze the design of their competitors and improve their design, promote creativity, and also ensure high efficiency in the project execution. Also this is very useful for the government as they have limited technical and financial capabilities. So this will help in overall highly efficient infrastructure development. But this has a lot of problems. They are like lack of transparency in the whole process and inadequate competition in the sectors. Also the crony capitalism, by allowing companies to employ dubious means to bag projects, asymmetry in the bidding, and the time given to the bidders to prepare the counter proposals with respect to time taken by organizers. So this is very asymmetric. That means the first proposal given by any company, they will take a lot of time doing all the research and everything. But when the third party proposals are invited, those third parties will not have enough time. So this time asymmetry is a major issue. Lack of legal viability of this method when the counter proposal contains different specifications. So all these are the major issues. But the Swiss challenge is a pretty good method, and currently it is being used for a lot of road constructions. Next, the ninth question is on road infrastructure for economic development. So this question on road infrastructure is very important because if you see in overall transportation, the road infrastructure plays a major role. India has the world's second largest road network, spanning 5.89 million kilometers, about 6 million kilometers you can remember, and about 65% of transportation of goods happen through road, and 90% of this passenger movement happens through road. So that's where road is something which is very important for us. So the first is importance of investment in road infrastructure. So this investment, which is the money which is invested in road infrastructure, will have a multiplier effect on other economic activities. It will provide fillip to other sectors of economy, including steel, cement, auto, real estate, and in the creation of indirect employment. Because for the building of road, all these things are useful, and this will have a multiplier effect. That is the first thing. Second thing is cost effective and most convenient mode, because it is very easy to build roads compared to either railways or even airways. And also this is comparatively it costs less. The building of roads costs less compared to maybe building of entire railways. Okay, and also this will help in the movement of both people as well as the goods. This has a potent means of socio-economic integration, because without any road, the connectivity will take a major hit. Connectivity, if this takes a major hit, then the movement of goods and people will not happen. If the movement of people will not happen, then the investments and other financial avenues for the people will reduce. Also, the better border roads infrastructure would ensure greater maneuverability. And so if you see overall, there are a lot of areas where the construction of railways is not possible, especially in the hilly terrain and all. In those kind of things, in those kind of areas, especially the roadways will help. For the development of this roadways, the government has taken various initiatives. They are, first is the PM Gati Shakti Master Plan. So under this, there is integrated planning and coordinated implementation. Example, the Bharatmala Pariyojana, which is a multi-modal integration, bridging infrastructure for the seamless movement of people and goods. The allocation of about 111 lakh crore by the government under the National Infrastructure Pipeline will help in overall boosting of this road infrastructure and the road sector. The National Highway Development Project, and under this, some of the key projects like the Golden Quadrilateral, the North-South, East-West corridors, and 100% FDI is permitted under this. Also, the National Highway Authority of India launched this Infrastructure Investment Trust to monetize this national highway projects in India and provide some revenue for this road infrastructure. So overall, if we see, investing in roads is not only beneficial economically, but even socially, the investment in the roads will help. So we have seen these economic benefits. Social benefits like the schooling, the school connectivity and other college connectivity to the rural areas will increase, and also the market connectivity to the rural areas will increase. So this will help the farmers also, and also people will be able to come to the cities and other urban areas easily. This will help in the overall exchange of cultures and everything. This will help in the rural development at large. Right. So this is the thing about road sector. Next, the 10th question is on the poverty among women. So poverty among women is a major topic because women poverty is different from the overall poverty. Because overall poverty, if you see, it involves both men and women. But there are very specific cases where, though the family is earning well, but the women in that family are denied enough opportunities. The women themselves, they are being deprived of the basic needs like the food, shelter, and a lot of times even the economic opportunities for them. So all these are leading to feminization of poverty at large. So the question is based on that. The Global Gender Gap Report 2021 said that the earned income of women in India is one-fifth of that of men. It undermines the purchasing power, devalues their work, and women are likely to live in poverty. If you see the causes of poverty among women in India, according to the Oxfam report, so women in India spend about 5 hours of day on the unpaid care work, while men devote only 0.5 hours. The social stigma, violence against women in public places, sexual harassment, unsafe work environment, they are discouraging Indian women from entering into this labor market. So this is a major issue. So for that only the Vishaka guidelines have come in and government have brought in the legislations. The World Bank in 1990 said that India's female labor force participation was 30.3%, and by 2019 it declined to 20.5%. So this decline was seen because women stopped participating especially in agriculture. That is a good sign. But parallelly what happened is women even did not participate in other major economic activities even in urban areas. That happened. The gender gap in nutrition, education, health, which shows that there is biasness towards men. So there is biasness that in overall society we can see. Also, according to the Oxfam report, women receive 34% less wages than men for the same work, and most Indian women are in the informal sector. Most women are in the informal sector, and when women are in informal sector, they will not receive timely wages. They will not receive enough wages which is needed for them to come out of this poverty. Now, the government have taken various steps to reduce this poverty among women. Those steps are: the government enacted legislations to promote socio-economic empowerment of women like the Equal Remuneration Act of 1976, Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace, the Prevention and Prohibition Act of 2013, the Maternity Benefit Amendment Act of 2017, raising the maternity leave provided to women and also providing of creche facility in the workplace, etc. The Beti Bachao Beti Padhao, the one-stop center for women, the Ujjwala scheme. These are various initiatives to bridge this gender inequality. The National Mission on Empowerment of Women. This is to strengthen overall process that promote all-round development of the woman. The Rashtriya Mahila Kosh, to provide microfinance services to bring about socio-economic upliftment of poor women. Support to training and employment program for the women as well was ensured to ensure the sustainability of employment and income generation among the women. Also, there are these working women hostels, the Swadhar Griha and all, to ensure the safe accommodation for the women. All of these steps are taken so that we can reduce this feminization of poverty, because women in general belongs to the vulnerable section. So, and also the female-headed families where the male is not present, they are most susceptible to poverty because they have very few income earners. And the lone mother households relate to gender inequality issues, as women are more susceptible to poverty and they lack essential life needs in comparison to men. And also the women in poverty, they have reduced access to even healthcare services and resources. So this have a great impact on their lives of that woman. So that's why the promotion of these schemes is very important for the overall development and upliftment of women at large, and also for the empowering of women. This will help in the overall development of the society, and this will ensure equality and equity as well, right? Equality and equity as well. So this is about this 10th question. Okay, so these are the questions for the day. We'll meet again tomorrow with question number 11 to question number 15, and the document that we are using for the discussion is the vision summary document, which is prepared by us. We have summarized the entire test in very few pages. So this summarization doesn't involve the removal of any data or removal of any important content. It's just summarizing. We are just reducing the number of words so that it will help you in your revision, right? So that's it, guys, for the day. I'll meet you again tomorrow with the next set of questions. Till then, keep studying and stay tuned. Jai Hind.